Hi everyone, back to the more YouTube channel. It's Chris back with a real quick video, a bit of a rant, a media Muppets entry. I thought I'd have to jump on and do this. I've seen it flying around social media. I missed it on the TV when it happened, but if you haven't seen it already, and you probably have been a Newcastle fan, Alyson Rudd of the Times has been spouting absolute manure on Sky Sports News regarding Alexander Isak, Newcastle United, in terms of this thirst of a transfer that people seem to have in mainstream media to get Alexander Isak to Liverpool. It seems to be their mission in life to push this transfer through. Now, I've spoken to some people on Sky Sports and I had a really measured, calm conversation with them about this. And some of them are very calm and modest and honest about it. And some of them just seem to be adamant that they want to shove him over to Liverpool. For what it's worth, I think if Newcastle United manage to get in another striker before the deadline tomorrow at 7 p.m, I think Alexander Isak will go to Liverpool. I think he has ruined his reputation at Newcastle. He's broken relationships. He's burnt bridges. But that's not Alyson Rudd is trying to say on her appearance on Sky Sports. If you believe it or not, I can't even believe she's come out with this shit, to be honest, because Sky Sports themselves even took this post down. And Keith Downey jumped on to talk about the post. Now, if you don't know already, I'm sure you would have done, there was a video that looked like it had been kind of spliced and smashed together where the anti-Isak chants in the opening game of the season against Aston Villa at Villa Park were after Eddie Howe and the players come over to applaud the players who supported the lads right from the start of the game to the final whistle. They came over, they gave the lads a round of applause. Eddie and the lads responded by reciprocating that applause. No Isak chants, and I repeat, no Isak chants were sang at that particular moment. The Isak chants came when that had finished and the players were getting interviewed, mainly Anthony Gordon on the pitch for TNT Sports, and then the anti-Isak chants were loud and clear as the away fans made their feelings known about Alexander Isak and his behaviour. And this was way before Alexander Isak escalated with that ridiculous statement after the PFA Awards, and you heard the chants against Leeds the other night there. So the fans have made abundantly clear what they think about Alexander Isak. Now, this really doesn't sit right with me because Alyson Rudd is spinning this narrative here that, you know, there's no way that Isak can reintegrate into the squad, and that's down to the Newcastle fans slagging off the player, as the words that she used. I don't agree with that at all. I really, really don't. Alexander Isak doesn't want to reintegrate to Newcastle United. Alexander Isak thinks he's better than Newcastle United. He thinks he's better than Eddie Howe. He thinks he's better than the teammates who have set up all of his goals over the last 2-3 seasons. All of his teammates who have made him look good. He thinks he's better than all of those people put together, and that's why he wants his move to Liverpool. It's very interesting that no other club wants this guy because of the way he's behaved. It's only Liverpool, and I'm going to wait until that transfer goes through, and I'm going to tell you exactly what I think about Liverpool's candour, which has been completely swept under the rug by the mainstream media because Liverpool is a media darling. I think Liverpool have acted appallingly in this scenario, encouraging this kind of behaviour from the player. Somebody at Liverpool has condoned that. There is no doubt about it in my eyes. They've told his representatives and himself possibly to kick up a stink to get the club to move you on for the figure that they want to pay, not the figure that Newcastle want. But this was utter bullshit by Alyson Rudd. It really was, and pathetic, really. It's exactly the kind of thing that the media are getting completely wrong. They're spinning the narrative to suit their own whims. Listen, Alexander Isak wants to go to Liverpool. Most Newcastle fans know that. They don't like how he's gone about it. They don't appreciate the disrespect that the player has shown towards the club, the manager, the supporters, his teammates. But we're under no illusions that this player wants to leave Newcastle United, right? You don't need to help him go along and make his move. The reason that he hasn't made his move yet already is because Liverpool won't pay the money we're asking for a player who's in contract. And by the way, did you see that ridiculous hypocritical tweet from David Ornstein about Nicholas Jackson, whose loan deal at Bayern Munich has fell through? And he said, yo, guess what? He's under contract at Chelsea. So it matters when Nicholas Jackson's under contract, but not when Alexander Isak's under contract. Double fucking standards by Ornstein there, in my opinion. Disgraceful. But this one here, Alyson Rudd coming on the TV and spouting that bullshit. She should have known better because Sky themselves took that post down because they knew how that looked. It didn't look good at all. Now, I'll play devil's advocate a little bit. Maybe somebody just made a really shit edit, a bad edit, and it didn't look good for Sky Sports News, hence why it was taken down. But for Alyson Rudd to almost double down on that and come on the TV and try and say that the Newcastle fans were slagging off Isak while Eddie Howe and the players were applauding them for it is utter bullshit. It really is. It's fanciful. It's made up shit. That is not true. And somebody needs to pull her on that. And whether that's me or somebody else, That's what I'm going to do in this video. Utter bollocks, it really is. I'll be so glad when this window's shut for one way or the other, whether Isak fucks off and gets his dream move down the M62 to Liverpool, or whether he has to stay here, swallow his medicine and fucking get on with it and get back to playing football. I'm sick of it. Him and Wisser. We're living in a world of players making statements instead of playing football and letting their agents deal with that kind of stuff. It's ridiculous where we've got to in the world of football. Pathetic. One of the best takes I've heard this whole thing was super agent Sky Andrews, who was absolutely magnificent on Sky Sports. Not like Alyson Rudd, who's just completely regurgitated utter fanciful bollocks that isn't true whatsoever. Newcastle fans did not slag off Alexander Isak in front of Eddie Howe and the players on the first game of the season. Get your facts straight, Alyson. You're talking shit. But let us know in the comments below what you think about that ridiculous comment from Alyson Rudd. And do you think that's exactly what it is? It's just that narrative from the media that are desperate for Isak to be in a red shirt so they can fawn over him for the remainder of the season. Love to hear what you got to think about it. Smash a like and subscribe. Keep it evermore. We'll be back with some more content soon. I'm going to be away for a few days with the old day job, but we'll try and bring you as much as we can. Windows closing tomorrow at 7 p.m. Will Newcastle get the striker in or not? Will Isak be here or not? We'll cover that tomorrow. Have a belter. See you later.
Heroes celebrate. They have done it.